Is it working? Am I starting? You don't know. And I say this every time I ever click the start streaming button, which is, it's weird as hell that, like, there's no mechanism on the side of, like, the website, for example, Twitch, that just gives you a prompt that says, all right, we're receiving data. Information is being achieved through the network of stuff. Click this button to begin. No, you begin completely locally on your PC, and it's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, this is a very subtle little test Debutt stream. My new layout, where I'm going to be trying to do at least an hour a day of streaming. Just to get into it, hopefully. But, yeah. Hello, future people, because I can only assume that it is people from the future that will see this. Or maybe I'll forget to download this VOD, and it'll be lost to time. Who knows? Anyway, look, this is a Godot game I'm working on. Like, it says live, right? So that means it's working. So, here we go. This is a game I've been working on. It's called, Super Pixel Guy. I've mentioned it here and there, but, it's a 3D platformer. You play as a guy. That's basically it. I told a bunch of friends I'm going to have a demo by June 8th. That was a month ago, and I've barely done anything. And so I need to start getting progress done on it, okay? I need a tutorial, and so that's what I'm working on right now. I have like a good decent amount of progress done on this sort of like sky level you see here, where you're just on this like big ass fucking sky area. There's obstacles and shenanigans. But for the tutorial world, quote unquote, it's going to be more of like like an interior lab thing, place, whatever. And that is having stuff done. It's not pulled up. Scenes, lab, level 1. There we go. It's something like this. And I actually can't even play this yet because I need to, with the interface I'm using right now, I need to have it set up a certain way so it actually displays properly on the stream. It's complicated. I'm not going to get into it now, but let's see. But there you go. I click on the code editor and it switches to the fucking code editor. How cool is that shit? This is my this is what you're supposed to do right in your debut. You like show off the technology. Oh, look at this shit. Look at this shit. You can't tell me this isn't amazing. And so I need to go to preload and change the default. Yeah, so right now it just goes to level 1, but what we want is actually lab level 1. And I haven't set up a thing to see my command line, but who cares? This is going to be located in here, and now I need to recompile this. Boop, boop, hacks, compile. Okay. And now when I click on the play button, it should bring up the correct thing, which is going to be done right here. It's not done compiling, though, so it's not going to work. Tragic. Okay, well, here's the sky one, at least. That took a while. 7,000 milliseconds. That's wrong. That's not correct. I don't know if it's like something with my computer, but the compile times for my project are getting insane, and I don't know why. But no, here's the actual game. What I want to start working on is I have this system where, since it's an interior level, you want to be able to, see the fucking level. And you can't do that because interior levels have 4 walls surrounding each room. So you need a way to sort of like see through a wall. And the way I do it here is I have this wall sort of fade away depending on your location and level. So, but you don't want the whole wall to like be invisible, because then you're going to get spoilers when you run up over here. And so you need to have a smart threshold using the player's Z position to dictate what part of the thing is shown. And that's that. So, I hate this. I hate the sort of dither fucking thing of how it appears. I want it to be more circly. So that's the goal for this stream. Make that a circle. Test to make sure the stream worked. And then get the hell out of here. Sound good? Sound good. All right, cool. So let's get started. This is using lab geometry. It's going to have different materials. So the wool material is this one. So single color fade for player. Okay. And then right now it's using this dither code from a different thing. But what I actually want is something similar to the light dither code, which uses more explicit circles. So code, shader include, we want light dither. And we're going to get a function like this right here that I need to convert. So dither light. The question is, do I just put this into dither alpha and then make that a separate function? Maybe. Maybe. Dither alpha should discard, so it actually should be like bool should discard. What would you call this? Because it's circles for the alpha discard. Well, let's call it circles. Should discard circles. Float alpha vec2 frag chord. Boom. Okay, then I use this. And I actually did this code already for the streaming interface. Maybe I should just be borrowing from that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's going to make things way easier. Okay. Shader includes mouse dither. Check alpha visible 2 right here. This code is what I want. I actually need the A step too. There we go. And then I should copy the... No, it should be fine. All this. This chunk right here. And then put that right here. Should discard. Should discard circles. We'll call this should discard circles A step. That's going to go right here. And then we can clear off all these fucking comments. God damn. Boom. Bop. Bop. Okay. Get distance assigned to necessary. Get size based on the desired alpha. And then we don't want this. This is crazy. We just want from 1 to 0, which is already what this value is giving us. Except we just want to invert it, so we minus 1. Okay. This is what I hate. I hate this about Godot so much. The shader editor is so outrageously laggy because it tries to real-time update the fucking shaders, which is fine when you have something simple. But then you're modifying an include shader. It's then updating all of the shaders that use this include, which is incredibly laggy and horrendous and not great. Float threshold. Yeah, I can't even type. It's loading. Float threshold. It shouldn't even do that because right now it's errored. So why is it loading? You don't even know what spots is. There we go. Woo! Okay. Now this should work. And now we run should discard circles instead of just should discard. We also need viewport size. Right? Do we need viewport size? Oh, we do. Okay, cool. Okay, so for here, there shouldn't be a... Wait, what? Redefinition of frequency 2. Ah, okay. I need to prefix all of these. Yeah, paste it. Okay, thank you. Frequency. I should probably split this up a bit. Boop. Okay. And then radius width. Weight. And finally, shade amount. Should just be that. And there's going to be a shade amount somewhere. There's going to be a shade amount somewhere, right? Shade amount? Okay, guess not. No problem for me. Do we care about light amount? Not really. We just invert this here. Bring that in there. Oh my god! Photogenic male, what is up? I have not forgotten. I have not forgotten you 1 second. Look, there's a little guy there. It's you. You're the little guy. I could like give you little pets kind of with my cursor hand. How's the dev work going? It's not going anywhere. I've barely accomplished anything. What was I working on last time when I streamed? Was it the Game Boy game? No, it was Mimiquick, right? This is kind of like Mimiquick. Was it? It's been like over a year. It's been so long. My life is so different. My life is so fucking different. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Okay. Yes, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. I was kind of expecting a completely empty stream, but I guess not. So, nice. Nice. I'm working on a smaller scope game, a bit simpler, a bit easier. Something, just to release. As everyone says. But then, I always say this is going to be a way easier game this time, and then I never finish it. But, for sure this time. For sure this game's going to be released. But, yeah, just, gotta write these shit. You're going to see what's going to happen if you stick around for like 5 seconds. Less involved. Okay. Actually, yeah, I can show you the before and after for this. This should work. In this game, you play as like a voxely kind of guy. You saw him there for a second. He's made little squares and you run around. And I'm working on this level where you're kind of in like a building, right? But you need to be able to see through the walls when you walk behind them. And so that's what I'm doing. And I already have that done, but I hate the fade effect. It's like too pixely. And so I want to make it circles, which is going to make sense in 5 seconds when I replace it with circles by using the should discard circle function here. And then it also needs viewport size. Viewport size. Oh yeah, I've been working on this for the past 2 weeks. I'm super serious about streaming now. I'm a stream legend. I'm going to become a Twitch partner. I'm going to go in crazy. It's going to be amazing. And it has to be because I spent too much fucking time making this whole stream setup. But, yeah, it's, it's pretty good. I'm really happy with it. I kind of procrastinated a lot of it, but that almost helps because it lets you sort of take a period of time to digest and reevaluate what you've done. And that sort of evolution helps a lot with something artsy like this. The entire stream setup is a Godot game itself that takes the screen recordings of these like windows on my computer and then like remixes them. And that's how I'm able to do all these cool little things and like read sort of which window is focused. And uses that to figure out what the hell's going on. Okay, I know you can't tell, but like the way it fades now is so much better. The issue is I didn't make anything uniform, so I can't update them to get the effect I want. So let me do that real fast. Let's make this uniform and then make this uniform. Okay. Yep, curvy. That should work, right? And then in this shader here, I should have these parameters I can now update when I test. Oh, no, I clicked the wrong thing. Oh, I want to click this one. Okay. I guess there was a couple issues with the stream setup, which is, it's cool. Oh my god, I'm looking at the stream. You can see your name through the playtest. Probably shouldn't work that way. Oh well. The main issue is you can't see the editor. So if I'm updating things in the editor, you can't really see it, but does it matter? Or do I just like not worry about that? So this should give me... There we go. There we go. Okay, those are the circles I'm talking about. So now it has like a more like a denser circle thing, like a I don't know. It just looks cooler. It isn't as pixely, which some people may prefer, and it does work when you're trying to replicate the idea of alpha in a 3D game without using alpha, because that requires like a whole different thing for your renderer, but yada yada yada. But in this case, it's kind of I want it to be more like artsy, more fun, and that's fun. The way it fades out with the circles. It's inverted though. I don't want. Yeah. Well, I could check which window is in focus, which is literally a variable out of the window. I can, and that's how I do the system in the first place. But I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I threw this. The stream setup is thrown together. I get to work on it more after I stream a bit. They look more like octagons, do they? It might just be because the game's in low res from your perspective. I can like scale up. It's oh god, there's like a bunch of errors on the stream Godot project. Oh, that's fine. I don't care about those. Okay, cool. What do I need to do now? I need to invert it. It's wrong. It shouldn't look like that. The circles shouldn't be what breaks out first. It looks like what you call it, Swiss cheese. Are you able to plot me on the ramp? No, I can't. But my goal is that I want there to be like redeems you can use to modify the world, and then one of the redeems would be that you like get rid of the fence for like a temporary period of time, and hopefully one of your guy like runs over through the fence. And then when you're over there on the fence, there's a chance your guy might walk up the ramp and then fall down on the other side. But unfortunately, I'm not affiliated right now, so I can't do redeems or anything. So I need to get to that point first before I do any of that kind of stuff. But yes, the idea is there, and yes. I love the idea of just having fucking random guys just do shenanigans in the stream. I want the whole like little platform area down there. I guess I should be acting like I'm in the top left corner. See the platform area down there. I want it to be like all modifiable. I want motherfuckers to be able to like drop bombs and destroy things. And like by the end of the stream, the whole platform is completely different from how it started. And so that's the vision. That is the idea. But we're not there yet. You got my monthly sub. You keep streaming. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Let's fucking go. No, yeah. Okay. That's the goal. For at least it's my time, I'm planning to do every day, not long streams, but like short ones, daily at 3 p.m. Eastern, U.S., whatever other time for every time. I don't know. I think it's a good time because that's like a lot of overlap between like U.S. and European times, which is good. Yes. That is the goal. I will be back. Just keep the notifications on, and you will see me again soon. I need to invert. There's an issue with the inversion. This should be this, I think, and then you reload that. For as much as Godot loves hot reloading stuff, I hate how it doesn't hot reload the shaders in the game. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's completely wrong. Ooh, that is not what we're going for. That what? No. Dither Alpha. This should be my. Okay, maybe it's this then. Oh God. Okay, and then Godot also does that. I spit a little. It also does that where it will, if you're working on an include shader, it'll like jump to the shader it's being included in when there's an error in the include shader, and it's so hard to work with, and I need to set this up so I'm modifying the shaders in a separate text editor because it's ridiculous. You inverted the wrong one. Yep, no, watch this. It's going to be perfect now. Just you wait. Okay. That was also the wrong one to invert. I gotta like actually logic it out now. Okay. Okay. Let's talk this through together. Error on chat, by the way. The bouncing is clipping with a large amount of chat. I know about that. I just haven't. I knew that was a thing, and I just never got around to fixing it. Like I said, there's a lot. How much am I gonna keep polishing this Twitch interface I haven't even used yet? I have to first use it a little bit and then like do tiny little fixes. But yes, there are some, there's some major fucking issues with the chat. of it bouncing up and down. And I thought I could fix it, but I can't. It's hard. So I think the solution is once a chat message settles, it just stops the bouncy effect in the first place. Oh, yeah. I mean, as it should. As it fucking should. If you want to compete, you have to come at it harder than anyone has ever done before. That is my philosophy, at least. You can't let the existing systems and things that exist in the world be the standard you shoot for. You have to go beyond that. You could also delete them as they get larger. Yeah. They should delete. The threshold is kind of high. Okay, let me explain why it's kind of high, because you haven't seen this. If I click on my code editor, the whole scene switches to like a different thing, which shows you more of like the chat messages. So I need to like have the threshold be kind of high for depending on the different types of scenes that are available. Yes. And so this is the coding scene where it opens the Visual Studio and you see all the code. And then there's also a Blender one, which is this one down here. And this is Blender, and this is the level we're working on right now. So that's that. They need a bit of work. The TV wobbly character thing I added, that's the most recent thing, so it kind of goes off screen sometimes. But the idea is hopefully the little platform with the audience guys on them are still visible from each what would you call these? Like different stream states? That's what I call them in the code. But yeah, but the main one should still be the Godot one, because that's where we're going to be at 90% of the time. But yeah, so basically I need to have that. The other issue I'm just now realizing that it deletes it based on the height position, right? But for the Blender one, you're looking down, and so they're going up, but they're going forward, not up. And so I love how I have a face cam now, so I actually when I'm doing hand gestures, people can know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Delete based on time. Yeah, I should. But what if no one says anything for a year, and then I still want there to be messages there, maybe. I also need to make it so that the messages have the author on the message. Preferably also, it would change the color based on their name and all that good shit. And, yeah. Yep. That's it. That's all. You think I appreciate it. I really do. I am fucking stoked that you showed up. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, yeah, an emoji. Well, emojis is also an affiliate thing, right? Oh, but you're right. Emojis in the chat messages. Shit, you're right. Those don't work, do they? Oh, no. Oh, I can't even see it. It's kind of hard to see. I need to close this real fast. Delete them. Oh, did it just not even appear? Oh, yeah, they do. It was just a text version of the lol emoji. Okay. That's definitely doable. The sample project I based this off of, it's a thing called Gift, Godot interface with Twitch, something. There's an acronym there. They had a chat sample that had emojis. So emojis are definitely doable. I just need to put in the busy work to get that working. Oh, man, I completely forgot about them, though. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think, yeah, chat should be the first thing. Okay, next stream, I'll have, a chat author name and then emojis working in the chat messages. That should be pretty doable. And then, yeah, I need to write this down somewhere. I knew I was going to have to write stuff down for this. I don't have, a Trello board or anything. Hold on. Stop rushing me, Jesus. Trello. Oh my god. See, I love every time I come on Trello, I just look at all my failed projects. It's just a list of everything I've attempted to do. And now I add another. This is gonna be a board name. Oh, I've hit my board limit. Oh. Crap. How do I have 3 platformer games? I have a platformer game 2020 board, a platformer game 2021 board, and a platformer game 2023 board, and a board that's just called Real. What goes on in Real? Oh, okay. What's NAR? You can't even see what I'm looking at. This is bad content. Don't get too ambitious. You're not the fucking boss of me. I actually have done really good at keeping it unambitious. I really wanted, like, HD trees, like, crazy effects, everything perfect, like, tons of different guys. I don't even know if the audience guys that plop down from the sky even change colors. That's what they should do. I was thinking to make sure they change the color of the guy that represents you in the stream is the same color as your name, and if you update your name's color, it updates in the stream in real time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, photogenic male? Yeah. Thank you. I know you do. Okay, well, alright, I'll remember that. I just go a little hard. I just can't help it. Okay, for the love of God, I need to do this I have my one goal for this stream. We have to focus on this. Yeah, I like the thing that was interesting is that when I first started like doing the Twitch stream, it was like it was not hybrid. What's it called? The dual streaming. It was on YouTube and Twitch. I wasn't that into Twitch, and since then I've like made friends with people who are like Twitch streamers, and like I've become a Twitch like stream watcher, and I'm so into fucking Twitch now. I love it so much. I love the point system. I love all of it. I know everything now, and it's so cool. I got so hyped about it, and that's how I threw together all this. Just like the pure energy of being hyped about the existence of Twitch and how fucking superior it is to everything else is what got me to this point. And we've gotten past all the hard stuff. There's a character, we got like a kind of VTuber-y 3D guy with a TV. That was the interesting thing. I wasn't sure if I want to do like a VTuber thing or like a face cam thing, but I merged it together. I'm a TV head VTuber, and my fucking face cam is the TV head. Think about that. And then the fucking hand represents where the mouse is. Like it's kind of like the players like the guys like moving the mouse with the hand. It's pretty good. Oh my God, Sam, you literally introduced me to Twitch? Really? I remember I did the YouTube stream and some people switched to Twitch. I didn't realize you hadn't done Twitch before. That is crazy. That is fucking crazy. Oh my God. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been having a great time being a Twitch viewer. And now I shall ascend once again and project my Twitchy shenanigans upon the world. You should have a toggle to make your TV person fly. Yes! I want there to be like a little toggle where I can like take control of them and then like do shit with the fucking audience members on the ground. Like if someone's being fucking wacky or weird, I can just like kick them and fucking move them somewhere. Or you're right, or like if I want to like focus on just talking, I should be able to have like a button I press that will make it so the fucking like the main head like gets close. And it's like, hello, this is now the talking segment of the stream where we're talking. It's hard to, yeah. I mean, I don't want it to be like, I kind of like it subtle. I don't want, the other issue is you don't want too many crazy things going on, because, you know, you have to be able to see the screen I'm working on, which, do you really? That was a big thing I was thinking about, because it's game development. All you really need to see is maybe the code editor, if you like code, or like the main center area when I'm actually using like level editing stuff. And I kind of fixed this by doing this thing where the mouse moves, it kind of makes a little cutout, which is the same technology I'm using to do the cutout in the game right now. So, yes. But yeah, definitely all this is on the menu. Okay, time to dive back into the fucking hell that is this. Depends on the crowd you are attracting. I mean, yeah. Yes. You see, what's interesting is like the sort of the dotty dithery code that originally came from the project I'm working on, the game project, and it was for the light actually. Like the light sort of dithers into these little dots. It's a really cool effect. I didn't create it. It's this YouTube video right here. I want to post it in chat, but if I do, I'm gonna create a guy. Oh well, this YouTube video, I guess. See, there I go. Okay, so I am a different color though, so that works. But this is a really good YouTube video for that, and I love this code, and I use it not just for light, but also for, as you see, like this it's not really, would you call this like a cutout effect? Or like, the idea is you want to replicate the opacity in a 3D game by cutting out small parts of something rather than, I'm getting off track again. But yeah, that's where the code comes from. It's pretty good. Now's a guy. At least now I can test multiple people because I'm only testing one. So if I type, okay, that works. Everything works. Okay, I'm glad everything works. Cool. Instead of just removing the object. Yes, right. Well, the other thing is you would do transparency, but there's like huge issues with transparency in 3D games because it's not like 2D where you can very easily just render everything one on top of the other. You need to account for depth in 3D games. So like if something's behind another object, you don't draw it. But if you start introducing transparency, then you have to sort of take that object out of the existence of like the world, and because you can see through it, right? So you have to like do all of your calculations on objects that aren't transparent, and then you reapply transparent objects on top of all of that. And it's a whole complicated process. Basically, transparency is fucking horrible in 3D games, and you should never use it. Which is why, like, if you're playing, my brain goes to Mario, but basically any 3D platform or any 3D game, if you look carefully, they're not actually using transparency. They're actually like doing tiny pixel by pixel cutouts of objects to see through them, as I'm doing here. And I don't want to do that. It looks kind of lame. And I'm not really going for a transparent look. I'm cutting out this wall so you could see through it, which is a little different. Because it makes the objects less transparent the further the camera is too. Yeah, it's something. It's something. So anyway, this shader function gives you an alpha value from 0 to 1, and I use that to determine whether this exact pixel is going to be transparent or not. Is going to be discarded, basically, which means you can see through it. And so I invert it for some reason. I get the max, and then I square it, and then I multiply it. I don't know what I was even cooking when I did this. But, I mean, do I just do not equal to 1 here to invert what I'm going for? See, now it looks like this, and that's not right. See, it should be this. But I need to invert the little cutout. Okay, what if I undo this right here, and then I do not equal? I have to do like 2 convert, and then it's still the cut. It's still the cutouts. Look at that. It's still not. It's like inverted. So what if I invert this? That's not right. But then what if I go back to this? Oh, testing until just randomly doing shit till it works. That always is the best move. You can't tell me that isn't the best move. Okay. All right. Whew. And so now, that's another thing. Whenever I like play test the game, the way the screen share works makes it so. Oh God. I gotta say, I kind of hate it. Well, it's not too bad. I hate it on this like side, but I guess it's fine. It's a little distracting for some reason. No, I like it. Okay, maybe make it a little less dense is what I need to do. See, I'm getting like artsy fartsy mode where I'm getting too caught up in tiny details. Like, what if I do 20? Okay, that's massive. 150. There we go. Yeah. And then that's. Ooh. Ooh. That's. But I kind of liked it when it wasn't as like. I want it to be like a little noticeable. There we go. That's fun. You can't tell me that isn't fun. Look at that. And like you don't really notice it, but it's a nice detail. It is a nice detail. Pretty smooth. It could be better on the corner. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like how good am I gonna get it, right? It's just I need to look at it how it was. How it was before was way worse. And this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, this is good. Okay, this is good. All right. You know what that is? That's a GitHub push moment. You can't really see, but oh yeah, I have this up. let me go to Super Pixel Guy 3D. Nope. This one. And then what am I gonna call this? Change lab wall dither to circles. Save it just in case you break it. Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. Doing a get back up real fast. This is a single direction. Yes. This is a much simpler kind of 3D platformer. It's sort of here. Let me go back to the other. Have you played? There's a couple games like this. What are they called? The one I think of is fuck. What is it called? Trap Adventure, where it's sort of like a comedy platformer where you have to avoid these traps that you can't really know about until you actually encounter them, and it's kind of like that, but it's 3D and like a rage game, but like I don't want to just do like a shitty little fucking rage game where the entire mechanic is the same thing over and I want like something a bit more creative. Another one is Level Devil, which seems more popular and is a lot more simpler. It's kind of like you see it in shorts pop up every once in a while. I don't know, but the idea basically is just like it's kind of a rage. Here, I just got the play button. No, did that compile? I think I compiled. It's sort of a ragey game. You'll see. You'll see. Here we are. So this is the sky level. This is like the first level. The lab area is like a tutorial world. This is the main world. And so you walk forward. Oh, there's a little bit of lag. That was shader lag. I thought I compiled all these. There we go. It's a really satisfying smash. But yeah, the idea is, okay, you got smashed by the hammer. Now you have to go around it and sort of learn how the level works, right? And it has some kind of roguelike-y elements in the sense that every run, the level you get is, like the order of levels is different. And then you also get like different power-ups that let you interact with the worlds differently. And so you sort of have to like learn the game to beat it. If that makes sense. It's a very like untested sort of game design that's kind of scary. But at the same time, it's nice in the sense that it's easy to make levels for, which is my biggest hurdle. Is I'm good at setting up I'm good at like setting up game mechanics and starting game projects, but when it actually comes to level design, I hate it. And so see it right there, you jump over the hammer, then it turns around trying to get to you. Then this hammer comes up and you gotta be careful, and you're running along, and then you run over here, and then oh shit, you got smashed again. So I have to figure that out, and then go back again, and then go around here. You want to jump over this way to dodge that, and then go up here. And this level's kind of incomplete. I need something up here to do. But yeah, and another thing I like is like high contrast purposely there to hurt your eyes. Yeah, maybe not. It shouldn't hurt your eyes. I just like the aesthetic, but I agree it could be very bright. Especially, here's the issue. Here is the issue with the stream. Oh yeah, it is way worse on the stream, huh? Oh crap. See, okay, so the stream exists in a 3D world with lighting, right? So light like projects onto the object that's showing you the screen of my game in the stream interface. And that makes the screen share way brighter than it actually is in the game. Oh my god, I noticed that a bit with the Godot editor and I thought it was fine, but yeah, for this game it really is too bright. Here, this is the next level. But yeah, it's like a CRT thing. CRT effect. Mainly because I suck at art, and so, CRT shaders are a really nice way to make your art look a little good. Without it, it looks like, where is it? Well, first of all, let me see if I can, if I turn off the directional light in the stream, will that fix things? Because I have to go to Effects, Directional Light. If I turn that off, did I even do anything? It does. It's turning off the frame. But it's not actually changing that much in the game. Yeah, brightness I need to tinker with a bit. We'll see about that. I also have a brightness slider in the game itself for the environment. Let me go to that. But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the aesthetic. I found that taking like very simple colors and then throwing a shader on top of those with there's another word for like one of the aspects of CRT, abrasion, color abrasion, the thing where like it kind of splits apart into like blue and green. You kind of see it on the, I guess, oh, you can't see my cursor for the playtest either. I need to fix that as well. But like, you know, there's like little bits of color leaking out, so it looks like there's more detail than there actually is. Like towards the edges of the screen, it has like a darkened gradient, so it looks like there's kind of a gradient on these like platforms right here, but there aren't. They're just one single color within the game itself. And so it's a really easy way to make this sort of aesthetic look nice. Oh, it's an object, isn't it? Skyworld stuff. I turn off post-process. Ooh, that's too much post-process. I have had some feedback. It's so much brighter on the stream. What the hell? It does not look like that in the game. I swear to God. Can I need this. Here's where I fucked up. I need to have stream scenes in OBS that just cut away from the stream, like the recording in my stream system, and just directly record the screen so I can cut to things when I need to. Worst case scenario that aren't set up. But there's, oh my God, it's such a huge difference. Holy cow. But I really like how it looked, the CRT. I love the CRT a lot. My friends have told me they like the grass without the CRT, and I agree. The grass looks really like professional, and they call it like Breath of the Wild grass, and it does look nice, and you can kind of squish it down, and it's really. Here's the mechanic of the grass: is I want the theme of the game to be like destruction of the world that you like reside in. I need to do a bit more of that, but one of the main ones is the grass, and it also works as a way to sort of remember what happens in previous runs, because since that thing squished me right there, now the grass is all squished down as well around this area, so you know that, oh, if I want to dodge, I need to like come back here where it's safer, so you can like trigger this again, boom, and then come over here, and now you're safe. The grass looks better. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm glad we can agree on that. I love the grass. I love the because it's not just a CRT effect that gets turned off, it's also turning off my outline effects, which are separate from the CRT. Because, you know, the outlines around the clouds that make them look all pixelated. Also like the pixel shader effect where, you know, things have, they look like pixel art, right? Like, you know, the edges of everything are just a single pixel line, and the clouds look like they're kind of pixel art. It just looks nice. I love it. I love it a lot. I'm so happy with how it looks so far. I just need to finish this freaking game. I like that trap a lot where the sparks come out the fucking side. See, comedy comes in threes. And that's what makes it so fun to make levels in this game, is that you can come up with creative and weird and wacky ways to sort of fuck with the player. And so, you know, you can't come off that, so I have to come down here. And then my favorite trap is if you're like, come down here, like, check out what's going on, and you run back up, then that shit slams down and kills you. There we go. The downside of this game, though, is that the more you watch me develop it, the fucking... the less good the game becomes, because you know all the secrets. But you get to know photogenic male. You get to know. Oh fuck, dude. Oh, it's another cool thing. When you die, you like the character literally is a bunch of cubes that I program into the way they animate, because I'm dumb and I'm bad at 3D animations, and I don't want to work with bones and skeletons and all that garbage. I just want to just draw a pixel animation and then use that to determine how the animation works for the character, and that's what I did for the legs. But the cool... Oh, fuck, I fucked up here. There you go. So the cool part is when I kill the player, they explode into the blocks that are already being used to build the player in the first place, programmatically in the code. And so it's a cool death effect. Oh god, I fell off. I wanted it to be, like, more obvious. Tragically, I don't really have a lot of stuff where it sticks around to show you that all the cubes have their own physics and they can, like, kind of flop around and stuff. I wanted a thing where... See, that's another good example where, like, you can see where the thing flopped down right there. I I wanted to I wanted to like show you that the cubes are, like have physics and exist in the world, but it just, I don't know. At the same time, it feels bad for the camera to linger around too long after you die. But yeah, exactly. No lagging. It's just everything's already preloaded. It's pretty fun. I mean, I guess it could be a bit of a lag because I do freeze the game to give a more dramatic effect once you die. And yeah, and this is the third. This is okay. I've only had 3 levels made. This is the third one. The idea is you're like, oh, platform, time to jump on it, and then it goes to the side. That's the whole concept. And so you have to preempt it. You have to like jump to the side, and then like the subversion of that is okay. Now there's 2 of them. You're like, all right, well I know this one's gonna jump away, so let me just jump like this to sort of trigger it. But if you do that, it destroys both platforms, and so you're fucking stranded here. That's pretty great. And then that one also fails. So the solution is you have to do this one. You then have to go over here and move this one to the left out of the way. So then this one on the right will also safely move without crashing both of them. And then there's this one right here, and then you go, oh, that's pretty good. And then you jump, and then the islands, which had previously been established to be safe, move, which is hilarious. That's why I call it a comedy game. It's more of a comedy game than a rage game. That's what you have to think about. You have to like think of it that way, because it's for laughs. It is what do they call it? It is I don't fucking know. It's something. And then I'm just gonna skip through this next one, but you go up here, and then that platform over there flips up and tries to kill you. Oh my god. Oh, that one's devious. That one's messed up. And then I also want one to like flat from this gap right here and kill you, but I haven't done that yet. And that's that level. And that's all levels. That's all levels I made so far. I want to make a tutorial, like 3 tutorial levels, and then I'm good. And then I have a demo-y. And I also need to do the thing I talked about where they're randomized and there's power-ups. I want so every time you beat a level, you're prompted with 3 power-ups to like change the way you play the game. So it's kind of roguelike-y. One of the power-ups might be like give you a double jump, give you like the dash that I'm using right now, give you a better crouch or something like that. And then make it so each level has multiple paths you can use with these different power-ups. But yes, level design is a whole lot for this game. It is. I've spent a lot of time designing the system to like dynamically create traps without having to reprogram everything. It has a whole like programming system I can use within Godot. Let's see if I can pull that up. Let's go to the sky. So level 1. So for example, this hammer right here. Can I double? Speech bubble? Oh yeah, totally. If you type fast enough, they totally like they stack. It's great. It's really polished and nice, and I'm really happy with it. And what's funny is, while I took a lot of code from my game to make this stream interface, the bubble stuff was completely original, and I'm going to reuse that to make dialogue in this game. And so, it's those little things where you can justify wasting a fuck ton of time on stupid shit like this as long as you can reuse it later. That's all. That's the logic. That's the thing. What was I? Oh yeah. So I was talking about. Oh god, it gets so complicated though. But essentially, the first hammer stuff is under this category, and then. I hate how Godot doesn't like close all the nodes, so they're all messy and shit. But you have the trigger box right here. Can you even see it? You can't because of the shader. Oh my god, I need to fix that. You can kind of see it. Like, why did these dots appear, but not like the outlines of the box? I don't know. Yeah, can you see emotes? Did the emoji appear? I think it did, right? Oh, it did. Okay, yeah, the emoji's fine because that's just an actual character in the font. Versus, now the thing with Twitch emojis is that they're images from the Twitch server, so they're a little different. But yeah, text emoji should work. What was I saying? Okay, so yeah, you get the trigger, and this one's actually wrong. This is like one of my first attempts, so the system I have is a little different from what I actually want to do. But you get a trigger, you give it this trigger box class. and you set it to play, like you have this list of events, and then you can add one, and there's like a list of all these different actions you can execute, going from oh god, there's so many things already. Screen shake, enabling certain things for objects in the world. The main ones are moving, so you can like move stuff, play audio, rotate, or scale something. This is actually a bad example. A better example would be the trigger box up here. Third hammer, I think, where there's a trigger box here. So the event is... Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, this is terrible. What I want to do is replace these with a text like I want to write my own programming language that I can use instead of having to use Godot's resource system to design. Like I have to go through and have to disable the trigger box you do, enable the trail on the hammer, play the hammer audio. The mover 3D moves the hammer, and then I also wait a bit and then rotate the hammer up, and this hammer's like hidden back here. This, if you remember, this is the one that like comes up and smacks you from out of nowhere. And then I play an audio, play a screen shake, particles. The floor response circle refers to making the floor respond to the hammer smacking it. So that would be the grass. It's not okay. It's not that bad. It's spaghetti nodes, not spaghetti codes. Get it right. Don't forget. And then I gotta wait. And then I mean, how else you gotta do it, right? This is how you have to sort of handle the things. Like Unreal has blueprints. Blueprints would be a pretty good system for this, but you don't got blueprints for Godot. I guess got GD script. I could do this in GD script instead, but it's perhaps a single object type. The other is reference. Yes, that's kind of what it does already. I don't know, because I could say, I guess I can't. You're right. Maybe what I want. Well, the issue is I could just make a pop-up dialog that has this like input here. Just make it big on the center of the screen, and then I can work on things from there, and that would be perfect. I just haven't done it because, by the time it became too big of a problem, it had already done so much other things, and yeah. The issue is I'm on a deadline. I have a tight deadline I want to hit. I want to get this demo. It's not going to be the demo I want, but I want just something playable out within 2 weeks. And so doing crazy polished stuff like that for my workflow is going to be what I do after I hit my goal. And until then, we're stuck here. Yes. Well, here's what I was saying. I need to make it... Okay, so... You got a game... No. Funny enough, this was a Game Jam game. I did not hit the deadline, but... As I spoke about to myself at the start of the stream, I told some friends I'll have this demo for this game done by June 8th, which is actually not even 2 weeks. That's like a week and a half. But I told them that, and they said they're also going to get their projects done at that same time. And it's going to be great and wholesome. We're all going to get together and show off our games, except me, because I'm not going to have anything fucking done. And it's going to... I mean, I do have something done. That's the thing. I could just pass off these 3 levels like my demo. That's what my demo is. But I don't want to. My intent was to have a title screen, a level select, the tutorial world's done, and then you could have 3 levels. And so, at the very least, I want the tutorials done. I do have a title screen done. Let's go to title. Okay, here's a weird thing. Here's the issue right now with why I have to edit the code here instead of clicking the scene directly in the Godot editor, is that the way the screen share works for the streaming interface is I need to use what's called Spout, which is this wacky ass fucking library for projecting screen, sharing video, I guess, of different things, and then I need to... Yeah, I should clarify. Spout is for locally sharing, streams on a computer. And so I use Spout to take individually recorded windows from OBS to display them in the stream interface in the Godot game. But the issue is OBS can't handle windows that dynamically open and close. It fucking flips its shit. So within my game that I'm working on right now, I'm just watching the chat go crazy. I guess I should be pointing like this because I'm now like, is pointing this way, point towards the chat, or is it this way? I don't know. But I had to put Spout into my game so that it will record itself and send its stream to the stream interface directly because OBS can't handle windows opening and closing. But to do that, I have to like run. I have to like wrap my scenes within a different scene to make it work, and that's what I'm doing here to like redirect to that new scene. But it's long story short, I need to fix that, but I can't right now, so that's why I'm gonna have to type in the scene I want in this code right here, then recompile. In fact, I should be able to just run this, right? And then scene/preload, and then this will open the game once it's done compiling. It's right for you, I think. Left, right. So this way. I'm just gonna hold this. Oh, I can look at it. It's this way. Okay, so it is this. All right. Okay. Wait. Oh, the game's appearing. Oh, perfect. On this scene, on this like state, my face is in front of the playtest game, so that works better. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm just. So you open the game and it says Super Pixel Guy 3D. Hold any button to continue. You're like, ooh, I wonder what it looks like. It's a pixel art game, and then you hold the button and the pixel art turns into cubes and comes out in 3D, and then it looks weird. It should be the lighting's a little weird. It shouldn't be so dark, but basically that happens. Then you're brought to the title screen with your guy, and then you can do use different options. They should hover with the mouse. For some freaking reason, my mouse hover stopped working on these options, but I can still click on them. Oh my god, I can't even click on them anymore. What the hell happened? What is going on with my mouse controls? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Photogenic, I really do appreciate the hype up. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I've had that vision in my head for doing that for a game, like for it has to be years now. I've always wanted to start a game like that, and it's really cool, and I like it a lot. And this is just the game to do it with all the voxels and shit. I do have settings set up. This settings menu is from a different game. This was originally from Mimiquick. So thankfully, I was able to port the Mimiquick options menu over here. There are some changes. The way inputs work now is way better than it was before. You can now do like add inputs individually. Why is it not taking my input? There's something fucked up with. What is going on? What? Does a escape work? Does inputs just don't work? What the frick? What the? Oh my god. Okay, I have to close. Let's restart. Hold on. Yes, exactly. Right. It's so good. That's the kind of hype you want for a demo because it makes. You want to set expectations as low as possible and then exceed them. That's how you get people. Oh, my arrow controls work now. Why weren't they working before? Can I now do inputs? Add input. It debated me. It debated me to go right back to this. Oh my god, it got my ass. I should be able to hit a... Oh my god, please work. Okay. Okay, we have to restart again. Why is I don't know what I even changed. What's weird is that it was working, and then I stopped working on this game for like 2 weeks to make my Twitch stream interface, and then I came back, and all of a sudden the mouse and the inputs are all broken as shit. And so I don't know what happened, but here, let's start new game. This will take you to the level select, which is this. This is going to be a 3D representation of the lab tutorial world, and then you hit the arrow key over, and it shows you the whole like sky world. And it's be like, oh, click here to start the sky world, and then you click over again, and that's going to be like a different thing. And basically, the sky world's always going to exist, and it's all just a trickery, right? Like this is just a room that's in the sky. And then I use the camera to sort of, swirl around to look at the different things, and they're all gonna, So trick up the camera. It's gonna be great. It's almost done. I just need to, I just need to do it. And then you'll click on this, and it'll be like start. Or maybe it'll give you like a list of levels you completed. But I guess for the demo, all I really need is click start, and then just shoot yourself into. Oh my god! I haven't even showed you like the other stupid gimmick that doesn't matter, but I thought it's super cute and fun and awesome, and like kind of defines this game. You're kind of being spoiled by it right now by seeing the draw yourself right here. But you can draw yourself. And that's like the other thing I wanted. By the way, the light from your computer is a flashbang. Your little dude in your TV. The light from. Oh, is it? Oh my god, you're right. I'm also just. It's like really dark, like with my screen behind me because the green screen blocks the light, so it's the brightness is turned the hell up for my face cam, but I guess the issue is what's the word? I guess the issue is just that it causes issues because if it actually gets bright in here, it just turns into super bright. Huh. It's another problem we need to solve. That's another little thing. We'll get to it. Yes, okay, drawing. Level 1. Level... Where is this? Player stuff? Yeah, do intro. Okay, do the intro. So here's the intro to levels. So, you're not just going to plop it right in there. You're going to... Here we go. You're going to do a little intro scene where it like shows you all the stuff. Like, whoa, look at the level. And then you zooms into your guy. It says, draw yourself. And then you... Oh, wait, there's no input, so I can't even draw myself. But you can move you move the pencil with your mouse, or you can... Oh, okay, arrow keys work. You can move it with your arrow keys and draw a little face. And then the idea is it adds to the comedy because this little guy you work so hard that you draw a face on starts getting fucking murdered by all these different traps. And, how do I erase? Is it escape? Oh, I hit enter. Whoops. Okay, and there's your face. There it is. You can't really even see because of the pixelation. But, I mean, the point is that... Well, you can. If I maximize this, it's easier to see. No, you can't, and the reason why is because of the thing I was talking about earlier with the screen share on the game. I have to keep it a certain resolution. Oh god, okay, don't worry. You can see it better in practice. You can see the face better. That's what I'm trying to say. Amazing Man for yes, yes. Multiplayer is a scary frontier, but I would love to make this game multiplayer and have it like you race through different levels, so you can get to the end. Oh, you want to see a cool little trick? Watch this. If you stay on the hammer right here, and like right here, there we go. It like flings you, and when you get fling, you have to immediately hold back, right? And if you do that, you can like get on top of. Oh, I fucked it up. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Fling it, hold back and left, and then if you do that. Perfectly enough. Yes, you'll fall on top of where the goal is, and then you can just get the goal. Speedrunning strats. I'm keeping it in the game. It's so cool. I love it so much. The end. Yeah. I want there also to be like secret levels, like little secret like platforms you could find doing shenanigans like that. But you don't want to overscope. Let me get the game done first. But yes, I agree. I'm really happy with the physics. I was worried because a lot of people like to say that Godot's physics engine is kind of meh, but it's been working pretty good so far. I've found it's pretty nice. Like if you watch the cubes fall, you can't even see the cubes fall. That's the issue. I guess I don't really need to do anything. It looked good as it is. But that's the fun part. Exactly. Exactly. But like what I'm saying is the physics is good. Realistically, the physics should fling you that way because that's how the hammer like shoots you. Bad physics would be like the hammer like flings you, but instead of flinging you, you just get stuck inside the hammer because it moved too fast. That's what you got to be worried about. And that actually has been a problem. Oh god. That has been a problem for some things, but I've managed to sort of crack in and learn the system Uh, the main important part is you want to use very primitive shapes. You don't want to use like complicated shapes that are generated from mesh. You want to use boxes for almost everything. And as long as you use boxes, the physics is super solid, super nice, super clean, and it just works, right? Here's another trap. See, it's like, we usually are gonna run back when that thing starts going up, and you're like, oh no, let me just walk underneath it. Boom, crushed underneath it. And so that's another thing you gotta think about with this type of game is what are all the different ways you can sort of avoid traps, and how can you like still get the player anyway. Another interesting thing is that you got to be careful because you don't want, you don't want to like make the player think a certain way to do something is the right way. I guess I don't know. It's complicated. I'll probably discuss it more when we get to play testing, but players can have trouble figuring things out sometimes. You can also jump off this way and get right on the goal. Yeah, there we go. That was close enough. But yeah, player on top of the tilting. You can do that. You can do that pretty easily. That's what you should do. That's like kind of like the optimal way of doing it. I just dash right through it. You have to remember that you don't always. You're not going to have the dash. It's going to be an optional ability. But the thing is, like, that's actually a great example. In that instance, you can run across. You can dash across to make it, right? But the whole game is designed so that you don't have to use dash anywhere. The same is also for the first... Oh, God, I'm going to draw myself again. Oh, well. Wait, let me undo intro. That'll save it. Like, you can dash past the second hammer that's going in a circle. Like this. And boom, I'm done with it, right? But you can also just jump over the handle part. Like this. And then... I don't know why I was even talking about this, but this is why abilities are going to be randomized and optional, because it shows that there's different ways to solve the same thing, and it's really interesting and cool and fun. And then, because I was having this issue where, like, I don't want players... Because the dash exists not to dodge obstacles. The dash originally just existed to make the game a fun platformer. Like, if you're good at the game, you just use the dash to do things faster. But... I encounter this issue where players start using the dash everywhere, thinking it's a mandatory ability. And so that's sort of where this idea that abilities are optional and you gain them randomly sort of came to fruition. Because then, you're going to be in this situation and not have dash and think to yourself, oh God, I knocked out. This is actually kind of hard. That's the other philosophy. That is the other philosophy of this game, which is I don't want it to be hard. Once you know the solution to a problem, it should be easy to do. Like, you just run right there, jump. But even that's kind of hard in terms of platforming. And so I want it to be a game most people could play with. It's not supposed to be a precision platformer, basically. You die to a trap, but once you figure it out, there's no difficult part of doing it again. But I've kind of... So far, it feels that way, though. So, I don't know which direction, it's something I want to be mindful of, but... yeah, like, exactly, like a puzzle game, right? It's... I mean, that's kind of what I always do. Like, everything I make is usually just a puzzle platformer, because I love the concept so much. And this... See, you could, like, walk up here. This is like the intended way to do it without dashing. You just kind of walk up onto this top part right here. And then you try and jump across, but then this platform flies up. Yeah. But yes, exactly. It's a puzzle platformer. It's a puzzle comedy platformer. Roguelike, maybe. But, it's still a little difficult, but which I don't mind. I like difficult platformers. I just... I want there to be some platforming in my platformer game. But like for here, for example, once you know where you're supposed to jump, you just jump and hope the platform moves there. So yeah. Yeah. That's the game. That's Super Pixel Guy 3D. It's your boy. Yeah. And then that is that. That is that. Oh no, it's tab. Lab. Recompile. Please recompile. Maybe I should have like the terminal like appear always on screen, or just pop in from somewhere whenever I click on it. That's doable, but also, I have to, like, once again handle OBS not being able to God damn, there are a lot of warnings. Can't use get node with absolute paths from outside the active scene tree. Okay. Now, you might have heard, I don't know if you even remember this, but I use Hax as my programming language. And for the Mimic game, I wrote my own Hax to C++ compiler. And for this, I'm doing the same thing. I have my own Hax compiler that converts it to GDScript. And so, you know, it generates some issues and some warnings that eventually I'll get to. But it's all generated from the code that I write in the Visual Studio code right here. So, like, this is the Hax code, and then that generates the stuff in here I need to test sometimes. But, I mean, it's pretty consistent, and I enjoy it. The idea is that I'll write the code in GDScript first, or I'll write it in Hax, right? That converts it to GDScript to test things fast. But then once I release the game, I just use my C++ compiler to convert the Hax to C++. And so I have like a fully written C++ game, basically. Yeah. But like without the benefits of having to wait for C++ to compile during development. And that was sort of the idea with Mimic, the Mimic game, which I did have some of that. So I must have talked about Hax to GDScript in that, because I definitely was using it for that too, but it was way more unpolished. I also don't know why these tiles are like so gross looking. They have like a bunch of dark like lines on them. That shouldn't be that way. I don't know. But yeah. You were successful in learning with Mimic. I was indeed. I learned a lot from that game, and I definitely will finish it. It's just I need to scope smaller. I can work on a bigger game once I'm a successful game developer. But I first need to get there by doing smaller things, hopefully. And if that fails, maybe I'll just become a successful streamer instead. And that's the goal, and that's the plan. And so welcome to some Randev's stream. I will never forget. You were here first, Photogenic. You are the main person. Thank you for stopping by, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Like I said, I don't want to go on too long. Like some people go on for hours and hours, but if I'm gonna do this daily, I need to set an expectation that's just 1 hour-ish a day, maybe an hour and a half. I'm going off, but there were others, and maybe they'll pop up. But yeah, that's the thing with Twitch. Like, how do you grow on Twitch? Like, there's like raids, so you just have to like keep streaming until someone raids you, / promote it somewhere, / clipping. Yeah, clipping is important. You can then make shorts and stuff. I guess I have to do that, but yeah. In the future, once I like stream 5, that's gonna be a clippable stream. Stream 5. It's gonna be you, me, and then some third person who's hanging around too. That's the goal. That's the goal, Photogenic. We're gonna get let's get a second person in chat by within 10 streams. We can do it. Yeah. But all right. I will see you tomorrow, or maybe not. You do what you need to. But 3 p.m. EST every day. We're coming here. I'm gonna gonna fix up my stream thing a bit, make emojis work for the chats. Oh yeah, so that's my 2 main things. I don't know. The chat spazzing out is kind of hilarious, though. To be honest, it doesn't ruin the chat. It's so funny every time it does it. I guess I should fix it though. It kind of makes it unreadable, but it's funny. It's funny, dude. All right. Okay, so how do I stop stream? I was talking about this at the start of stream too. I hate how I always talk about this every time I start streaming again. I always talk about how it's so fucking freaky that streaming is controlled within OBS and not within like Twitch.com or Twitch.tv. Because, do I just hit this button here and all of a sudden I'm stopped, I'm done? Guess we'll find out. Clicking in 3, 2, 1.